I've also worked on Static Shock, where I was the voice of Virgil, or Static. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, where I was John Stewart, Green Lantern. Samurai Jack, where I was the voice of the samurai, named Jack. What else? I'm trying to go semi-chronologically. Well, of course, Futurama, where I do the voice of Hermes, the Planet Express bureaucrat. Yeah, nobody here's ever heard of Futurama, right? Let's see. What else? I've currently been working on Star Wars: The Clone Wars as the voice of Jedi Kit Fisto and Senator Bail Organa. And let's see. What am I forgetting? Oh, Transformers, where I was the voice of Jazz and Jetstream, Jet something. And Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Oh yeah, all the Cartoon Networks. There is someone in the wrestling cage. She looks like she's looking for a challenger. Or is she just posing? Hi. Look at that. Steal my attention, why don't you? Yes. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, where I was the voice of Wilt. And then a lot of video games, etc., etc. Well, before I continue to ramble, does anyone have a question?
Hello, Phil. I was just curious, how did it feel to work with Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta in Pulp Fiction?
Actually, it was a lot of fun. Pulp Fiction was, to this day, the best set I've ever been on, movie set. Everybody was incredibly nice, despite the fact that everybody was taking immense pay cuts to work on it. I think it was because Tarantino treated everybody the same. He would talk to, the gophers the same way he would talk to the director of photography. And on a movie set, the director sets the tone, and honestly, you can't be a schmuck to someone if you know they might be having coffee with the director tomorrow. It's like, hey, so how's it going? It's like, oh yeah, I'm just a PA. It's like, yeah, you know what? The DP guy's been really, he might rat you out. I had a fantastic time working with them, and I sort of worked with Sam Jackson again on Afro Samurai, where I played Brother 3 and Young Afro. It was fun. We actually had a rehearsal for Pulp Fiction, and I don't know, I had sort of forgotten at the time how famous John Travolta was, because this was at a fallow period, let's say. He was like on Look Who's Talking 3 at that point. And I sort of forgot how huge he had been when I was a kid. And we were doing rehearsal, and we broke to have lunch. And we went across the street from the studio to a little Mexican food place. And it was me, Samuel L. Jackson, who at that time was much hotter than John Travolta, certainly in my mind. John Travolta, Quentin Tarantino, and Sam Mahoney, the assistant director. And we all just sit down and we order. And the waitress, when she brings the orders, she's probably 40-something woman, speaks barely any English. And to her, we are all just our orders. Burrito, quesadilla, John Travolta. And I'm like, that's right. She probably had a copy of Saturday Night Fever in Honduras or wherever she's from. And then once, he blew up after Pulp Fiction, it made sense to me. It's like, that's right. He is so deeply rooted in pop culture, and it never really goes away. It just sort of lies dormant like a seed. But wait, yes.
One more. Where did you get the inspiration for your now famous UPS guy from Mad TV?
Oh, that was something. That was a character I came up with. Thank you very much. That was the UPS guy is a character I used to do at the Groundlings Theater in Hollywood, where I studied, and it was part of it was based on a buddy of mine who was a fantastic improviser and just kind of dumb as a rock. But he was so dumb that he was oblivious to the fact that everyone thought he was dumb. And consequently, he was very happy and surprisingly effective in life. And I was just so jealous, like as someone who's like horribly self-conscious of what people think about me, the idea of being completely oblivious to the fact that people are annoyed by you sounded like a gift from heaven. So I came up with this character of a guy who just doesn't get it. And he doesn't get that he's like hitting on a woman who's so far above his league that it actually becomes confidence and it works in his favor. And I don't know, somehow the jumping around thing got added into it. I think once I decided he was a delivery guy, that sort of, it looked funny to be jumping around in brown shorts.
Fantastic, thank you.
Thank you. Oh!
I have a question.
Yes, you do.
How's the weather, Ollie?
It's raining sideways!
Thank you.
When you had played for, when you had voice talented for Jon Stewart Green Lantern, were you previously into DC Comics or any particular comics beforehand that you wanted to try out for the Justice League or anything like that? Or?
Well, I'm a huge comic book reader from the word go. And I'm mostly a DC superhero guy.
Okay.
I was a Batman fan, and I was never that deeply into Green Lantern growing up. I, of course, knew about Jon Stewart because, well, it's like anything. Black people know all the black characters. You just have to. And thankfully, he was one of the few black comic book characters growing up who was not called Black something. And I'm actually surprised that they didn't just call him Black Green Lantern. I bet they probably tried, but it didn't fit on the cover. No, it's just a little, well, we'll just call him Green Lantern. It's gonna confuse people. They're gonna expect him to be green. I don't. But yes, I knew, because you know. And it was funny because auditioning for it, the person who auditioned ahead of me was an actor named Dennis Haysbert, who played the president on 24. And Dennis basically is Jon Stewart. He's like 9.5 feet tall, this wide, and has a voice like this. So after he came out, I'm like, well, that's the guy. There's really nothing else you can do except that. So I just went in and did Dennis Haysbert. And basically, I guess he was unavailable or something. So, and I got the part.
Thank you very much.